Hi, I'm Owain. I came from Wrexham in North Wales. I came down to the Ancestral Festival to learn just so much information from all the cool guys here. You know, we've been here for 2 days now, and like from what we've learned, it's been well worth the trip. No, I'm not a carnivore. No, I eat quite healthily. You know, I don't eat much crap really, but I am actually wanting to convert into carnivore in the near future. Well, I like Daz, so Daz, yeah. Daz has been my favourite speaker, yeah.
So my name's Sylvie and this is my mum Carol, and we're at the Ancestral Health Festival here with our business, The Real Food Company, supporting Phil and all his amazing work that he does in organising events to pass on this vital information to everybody about what actual health is and why it's so important to take control of your own health and look after yourself, and all the ancestral things that were done because they had a reason to be done, and it's great.
Yes.
So we've come with a range of stock that we've collected up together over years, trying to figure out what actually works. So we sell all kinds of natural foods, remedies, blue blockers, all kinds of things that are all helping us cope with the modern world to allow us to be more ancestrally healthy.
So what would you say was an ancestral diet?
What was in your environment?
Yeah, what's in your environment.
Not
So,
what's in a supermarket, not in a packet.
yeah.
So there's been a lot of talk about people moving over to a carnivore diet and not eating vegetables and fruit, which we're told to eat by, you know, all our lives. So are you guys carnivore?
Yes, we are, yes. Yeah. I'm actually co-organising a carnivore conference which is going to be happening next month on the 14th and 15th of September in the Peak District, and we're going to have some amazing speakers along with a few people who've spoken here today. Phil's actually speaking at our event as well. Richard Smith, who was on earlier today, he's speaking, and they're just wealths of knowledge. They are absolute wealth of knowledge on the science behind all of this. But yeah, I do believe that a more carnivore diet is definitely the way to go, and so more animal based, the things that come from nature, and animals do a very good job at processing vegetables for us. I've learned a lot. It's a bit hard to condense what you learn, because
So
every
many
time
things,
you come
there's
you learn.
a lot of networking, a lot of new
Yeah.
people we've spoken to have all got stories. The people that are here are as much a part of it as the speakers.
Yes,
Meeting
definitely.
people, talking to people.
Yeah, hearing people's journeys, because everybody starts this at a different point. So it's a privilege to be able to talk to as many people as we have here.
I'm Jan, I'm from Runcorn.
And what brought you down to the Ancestral Health Festival this weekend?
Right, well that's a bit of a long story. It popped up in one of my feeds, and Phil had popped up in a couple of my feeds, and I let my friend Lindsay know, because she suffers from a form of arthritis that makes her really, really stiff, and I found out that Phil had cured his own arthritis, so I'd let her know about it. But the whole ancestral side of it really interested me. I mean, I've been a vegetarian for 40 odd years, and now I've gone past menopause and I'm really struggling, so there's obviously something missing, so I just came to learn basically.
And what have you learned this weekend?
I've learned that, well, I already knew that veggies were out to kill us. Kale definitely is out to kill me, but I'm looking at going back onto the keto side of things. I probably won't do full carnivore, not particularly for ethical reasons. It's just been that long since I've ate meat. It's really quite a huge leap. So, but keto definitely.
Right.
I really enjoyed Dr. Sarah. She was very, as a scientist, as somebody that studied chemistry, that was really interesting to me. She spoke very logically, which really hit the brain for me. So I think she was my key speaker for me.
You go first if you like.
I'm Maria and this is James, and we're currently living in Wigan. I saw Mark Atwood interviewing Phil and
Ben.
Ben?
It was Phil and Ben, wasn't it?
No, what's the girl called?
Lydia.
Lydia?
Yeah, Lydia.
Yeah. So they was doing a podcast with Mark Atwood, and then they talked about, because I got a bit interested in the the carnivore diet as well. I've been hearing a lot about it. Because I used to have a vegan restaurant, so I've been all down that route and stuff. And yeah, so I just thought it was interesting. It was.
Mine was curiosity with carnivore because it keeps popping up. Not mainstream, but it keeps popping up and more popping into my head. So, yeah, that piques my curiosity.
Right, so what have you learned this weekend then about the carnivore?
To go carnivore.
Yeah.
And we're gonna.
Everything I've been doing has been wrong.
Yeah.
And it explains a lot. So about a month ago, I realised I'd been eating processed food because we moved back to Wigan. We was in Skipton for a long time. And just felt like I'd been poisoned, and I said to him, I need to do something. I'm just not well. I'm not feeling great. So joined the gym, cut out the wheat, cut out all the processed sugar, all the processed food, but I was eating a lot of veg, nuts, seeds, avocado, fruit. And even though I felt like my fitness level was going up and I had lost some weight, just sort of all round here just wasn't going, and I still felt bloated and just not right.
Yeah.
And just since being here, just eating meat for the last 2 days, it's gone.
Made a difference. Yeah, me as well.
Yeah.
So you're going to go carnivore straight away?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, James has got psoriasis, so we're going to just go full carnivore for the next few weeks.
Yeah, there's every chance
because
it'll
we'll
reverse
see
it.
immediate results, I would think, with the psoriasis.
I'm convinced. I'll see a big difference.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
If it reverses it, that'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it?
And we've just saying this is the first thing I've been to, because I've normally been to stuff like this before and walk festivals, and you just think, yeah, that's fair enough, but nah, not going with that, So you sort of like pick and choose what you actually agree with. With this, there's been nothing I've not agreed with.
Everything clicked in this one.
Everything clicked.
Everything, and well explained as well.
Yeah.
Definitely really explained. That Richard, you can listen to him for hours. You can talk for hours as well, but you can listen to him for hours.
Yeah.
Everything makes sense and everything clicks in some part. You go, yeah, actually.
But it's been
It's
good
spot
that
on.
a few people I already known Daz for, was at Burton Moss, anti-fracking. Remember, Stick Your New World Order Up Your Ass is always been one of my favourite songs.
We're on 99%.
Yeah. So we've had a lovely time. Thank you.
Definitely.
Okay, so my name's Leslie Devlin and I've travelled from Bedford.
All the way from Bedford?
Well, Bedfordshire, it's a little village on the outskirts.
Hi, my name is Jane and I've travelled from Hamilton, Scotland to be here.
Right, so from two opposite ends of the country. So what brings you down to the Ancestral Health Festival this weekend?
For me, it was just to meet like-minded people because I'm already on a carnivore way of eating. And I've watched so many of Phil's podcasts and all the other guys, Dr. Sarah Pugh, Richard Smith and Dr. Stephen and also Dr. Abs. And it's great to see them actually in person and hear them talking, and they're just so knowledgeable. I mean, it's just been an amazing weekend, it really has.
Yeah. I was the same really. I mean, I came down, you've watched all these people online and they're just wonderful. And they come across as so honest and genuine, which is what they are. And then you come here and you meet them. And, well, there's Stephen, he cured one young guy who had a bad back for a year and he knew exactly what to do. I mean, they're just brilliant, genuine, helpful, wonderful guys.
They're just so knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Their knowledge is just, second to none.
So what's been your biggest takeaway from the festival this weekend?
Just more information and also friendship, new friendship. I mean, you come to a place like this. I'm being on my own. It's like you think you're the only person in the world that has this way of thinking. Not just like food-wise, but also with what's going on in the world. And then, of course, you come to something like this and you meet all these fantastic people that are all of the same mind, and it's just so nice that you can just sit and chat to each other about anything and not be judged and just get on. And it's great.
Yeah, it's the people that you meet I mean, I'm just had nothing but a wonderful time. I mean, I met Ben out there, and what a wonderful guy, and he's moving up to Scotland in 2 weeks' time, and as she says, to meet people and be able to actually speak what you want to speak about, not pretend, you know.
Yeah, not have to watch what you say,
and just that everybody is on the same page. It's just, it's like a breath of fresh air. A breath of fresh air.
Do you ladies follow the carnivore diet?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, I do primarily. I still have a little bit of this and that, but I mean, basically, I'm 95%.
And how long have you been doing that?
I started 2 years ago, however, I was on and off for 2 of those years, so I haven't really done it religiously, as it were, until May this year. So I'm about 3 or 4 months in.
And how does it feel?
Brilliant. Amazing.
Yeah, I've been let very low carb now for quite a few years. I don't know how many really, but it's really early on this. Well, even last year I was getting stricter and stricter, but I was still having a little bit of veg. When I say a little bit of something, it's usually a veg or a piece of fruit, but not bananas. but now it's only the fruit in my garden when it's there, and occasionally a little bit of veg, and that's about it. That's meat most of the time, and I've never felt stronger at my age. I'm quite happy with that. Wonderful.
All I'll say is if anybody gets the opportunity to come to this, if they do put it on next year, do it. Do it. You will not be disappointed at all.
Yeah, they're all geniuses, absolute geniuses.
Yeah.
And they put it across in layman's language, and it's wonderful.
And it's also relaxed and laid back.
And nice, even the sun's come out to say goodbye.
Okay, ladies, can you first tell me your names and where you've travelled from today?
I am Carolina and I've travelled here from Malta. This is my mother. Do you want to say?
I'm Christina and I came here from Ireland, but originally I'm from Austria.
And what brought you down to the Ancestral Health Festival this weekend?
Well, my daughter invited me for my birthday. And how did you find out?
Yeah, I saw it in a Facebook group chat. Someone asked, like, is anyone going to the Ancestral Health Healing Festival? So then I saw it and I was like, oh, her birthday was coming up. So I was like, let me get tickets and we'll both go there.
So you've come all the way from Malta?
Yeah.
And you've come all the way over from Ireland?
Yes. Yeah.
Fantastic. What was your biggest takeaway from the weekend?
Oh.
What have you learned?
Oh, we were actually just discussing as we were walking around here what changes we should implement now, because we were like, you know, what's the point in coming to something like this if you don't at least change one thing? So I'm gonna give up coffee, sadly. And then you, what are you thinking about?
Yeah, I was 40 years a vegetarian and 7 years a vegan. I've just started eating meat a few months ago only. And I definitely think I've been conned by the 70s and 80s propaganda, all about away from meat and the fats and that. And so I definitely want to eat more meat and lower my carbs. And it was just so inspiring how some of the people cured themselves. And you could literally see the evidence how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Sue and I'm from Warrington.
What brought you to the Ancestral Health Festival this weekend?
Well, we've been on a couple of events previously with Phil that Phil and Ben have been hosting, which have been absolutely excellent. We've had some medical issues in the past which we're working through, getting off medications completely, which is superb. And we've just come for more of the same, really.
What's your biggest takeaway from the weekend?
Biggest takeaway from the weekend? Well, it's been fantastic, I have to say, meeting the different people here, things that they've learned while they're here. Fabulous fire pit here for cooking the lovely meats, the butchery demonstration. It's just been wonderful. The speakers have been amazing. We've learned so much, and every time we come to one of these events we just learn more and more. It's just fabulous. It's just joining all the dots. It's all making complete sense to us, and we're going to go away from this and become carnivores, which is, as you can see, the meat here, that's what we're going to do.
Cool. Hi, I'm Kira. I live up near Edinburgh. I'm from Ireland originally.
So you've travelled down from Edinburgh this weekend?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So what brought you to the Ancestral Health Festival?
I joined the Big Fat Challenge quite a while ago, and it was incredible. It was so nice to find other people doing a carnivore way of life here in the UK. It was like finding my tribe, and I just couldn't wait to come and meet everybody and come to an event. So this is the first opportunity I've had, and it's been amazing, yeah.
What's been your biggest takeaway from the weekend?
Just meeting all the people who have just made such a huge transformation to my health and my well-being and stuff, that being able to say thank you to them and just meet some just incredibly inspiring people, yeah.
So I see you've got a big steak there. So have you gone full carnivore in your diet?
I have, yeah, I'm full carnivore, yeah.
And how long have you been carnivore?
I've been carnivore about 1.5 years now, yeah.
And have you noticed any changes at all?
Yeah, I've lost at least 2.5 stone. My energy's improved, my joint pain's gone. There's so many things that you kind of forget, don't you, how life was before and things. I'm much happier, yeah, huge difference, phenomenal, yeah.
And does it cost more to go on a carnivore diet?
No, not at all, because I'm not spending money on all the junk I used to spend it on, yeah, so absolutely not, yeah.
And would you recommend it for other people?
Oh my gosh, without a shot, like a shot, yeah, 100%.
So my name's Arabella. I've come from not very far away, from Skelmersdale.
My name is David, and I came from Spain, Madrid.
Did you come down from Madrid specifically for this
festival?
Just
for the music, just for the festival, yeah.
Wow. And what brings you both down to the Ancestral Health Festival this weekend?
Yeah, I think I've been on a health journey for a while. I grew up with vegetarianism, actually. And then had some problems with inflammation and eczema, and that kind of started my journey into researching paleo and keto. So I've kind of dabbled in the area, and then kind of been strict, but also kind of gone off on benders as well. So I'm kind of coming back to, exploring this area again, and wanting to support some really interesting speakers, and just so good to have some stuff in this area of the country as well.
Yeah, similarly, I've been in a healthy healing journey, and I'm a follower of Phil Escott. He's great, and then there's a lot of interesting speakers, and I've been in this learning a lot these days, so it was totally worth it experience.
Fantastic. And what's been your biggest takeaway from the weekend?
I think for me, it's if you think you know everything, you probably are wrong. So it's really keeping an open mind and just wanting to keep on learning. And it was really interesting to think about what Sarah Poo was saying about sunshine and the effects that can have on your body. It's not just diet. And I've come from living in Bali and Thailand, and now coming back to this side of the world, so it's just something I have to think about more, especially adjusting to different levels of sunlight. So I'm just continually learning, and I think if I think I know everything, that's a point where I'm probably wrong. So it's just keeping that mind open, and and just going with it.
Yeah, I fully agree. Like being open-minded and just questioning your beliefs, and always being open to learn new things. That's definitely something that could be a pickup, by listening to different perspectives and you're questioning your habits, and then that's something that can make a difference to your life.
Yeah, so it's just inspiration to get really healthy and get back on track with all this stuff after being a bit lazy. Yeah.
Okay, so it's the Sunday evening of the Ancestral Health Festival. How do you think it's gone?
I think it went really well. I'd like to have had double the people, but next year we will. But the vibe was amazing. It was lovely. And, some of my heroes came down and spoke. And such a pleasure to have them, and now I've got some of my heroes musically in there, and I'm going to go off and play some drums with them.
Yeah, so it's going to be on again next year?
Yeah, definitely we'll do it next year. Yeah, so please, everybody come down, because it was something special, it really was.
So for people that haven't been to the festival, what can they expect when they come next year?
I think that they can expect knowledge that will give them the health that they want, and also give them the confidence to pass that down generations. And to get that knowledge took me tens of thousands of pounds, you know, to sift out the proper information from the nonsense. And I think that it's so cheap at the price, you know, the knowledge you'll get and the confidence you'll get to ignore all the misinformation and conflicting information online, you know. Diet, what do we eat? Well, look at what we ate in the wild, and you want to know why? All the science is there as well.
So have you got a message for any of the vegetarians or even the vegans out there that may be considering moving over to a more ancestral diet?
Understand what an ancestral diet is, and this wasn't the Garden of Eden. We didn't eat fruit and broccoli, it wasn't there. And so, yeah, understand why they never had any of the conditions that we have now. And we did eat meat for 2.5 million years, and we didn't have any of these problems. And but it's about so much more than that, you know. They get to understand all about the light and sun and electromagnetism, you know, and how that damages us, all the EMFs and Wi-Fi and everything that's thrown at us, all the different toxins and how to avoid them. And it's easy, it's not difficult. Only a few little tweaks. You don't have to go wear a loincloth and go up into the Himalayas or something, you know, or go into the Peruvian jungle. It's very simple little tweaks you can make to your lifestyle and pass them on and make sure your kids are healthy and they don't listen to any of the bullshit that we get told.
And what's your biggest takeaway from the weekend?
I think, well, like all of these gatherings, how important it is to be there in person. You can learn this stuff online, but then to be able to actually chat with people who are on the same wavelength, to be able to chat to these amazing heroes who come and speak, I think that's the important thing. And human connection, that's my biggest takeaway, how important it is. And Steve and Sue, thank you so much for coming down and documenting all of this. You've been amazing. Thank you.
My pleasure.